It's a very different experience writing for films than it is for concert works. There are no limitations. It's a complete freedom and a great challenge.
I always wanted to work for films, so it's really very recent that I have had the nerve of writing for a concert.
It made me nervous to do it. Writing in general, I find sort of difficult.
Providing a challenge for performers and for performers to challenge the composer. It's kind of a circular relationship that keeps everybody going.
The piano, there's no hiding behind the string section or the brass. You do worry more about every single note.
The two mediums have a lot in common in that the same techniques are used, but the thing that you want to express is different.
Once you've found the limits of it, you know exactly where you can go. But being thrown into the wide ocean is not that simple.
This is a different side of these people, and a much more private, personal side.
That's what I was curious about. What's inside of them?
If you know the film music of these composers, and you think you know what that composer thinks, you're going to think again.
All right, stand by. And this is take one.
After Gloria called me and asked if I would write this, she called me a couple days later and said, okay, I just need the title because they're gonna go to print with the programs. And I was thinking, I hadn't even literally thought about what I was gonna write yet. So I'm like, I don't, okay, how about composition 430? And 430, I just grabbed 430 out of the air because that was the address of the house that I grew up in, which was interesting because then when I actually started writing, the piece became about sort of growing up in that house.
It's not one thing, it's another. At the beginning of this, there was traffic noise. 103 could be clearer. I also found that 116 was a little bit on the muddy side, and 120, the notes weren't all exactly correct.
She's really picky. I was very worried writing because she's an amazing player. Gloria is one of the greatest players on the planet. But at the same time, I saw it as a challenge to do something that was what I thought it should be, but also something that somebody could take and then make it their own.
Let's do this again.
Some of that stuff where she was getting frustrated, some of it sounded so good, and I think because she was kind of frustrated, it sounded,
Yeah.
had that attack, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's the downbeat that I'm not getting.
The great news is you can always fix it later. You can always change it, you know? If you write something and you're performing it and she's having a tough time, you can always change it so that it actually works better. And that's a really fun sort of collaborative experience. And I feel like just watching her play, I learn how to be a better composer. It's not often that I get to do music that is not related to some sort of picture. It helps you stretch, it helps you learn, and it's important to do those things, and you can easily kind of not.
All composers speak about how scary it is to write for solo piano.
I'm not ready to write again for piano. It took me a lot of time to figure it out.
And this is 13.
L'étreinte is a kind of a bit of dated way of saying an embrace or a hug. I wanted to capture something extremely sensual, yet restrained, with sentiment and no sentimentality, which I think is always key in the music I try to write. These pieces are dedicated to Solré. She's my wife, actually. I met her as a concertmaster for my first session ever for a film. She changed my way of thinking about music and hearing music. She's challenged me all through the years, and she still does. And these pieces would not have lived without her.
In that neighborhood, you can't stay quiet forever, you know?
Yeah.
It's been so misty and quiet and whatever.
I think I want to still keep it tender.
Okay.
So if I could try that again.
Okay, so one more time.
There was the challenge of trying to write for piano, which is not my instrument. I've always liked the piano as a melodic instrument. The way I hear music is not as a pianist would do. I hear the orchestra before I hear the piano playing. What I like is when great musicians have this sense of tradition to keep the emotion always vivid. The music is in, it's here. It doesn't belong to me anymore. It belonged to me when I wrote it, but I trust her artistry to do the best work.
The real truth comes out when somebody plays it. And I always look at music on paper, and it's very sort of dead to me when it's just sitting there on paper. And until somebody actually plays it, that's the only time it's alive. You need the black notes on the paper, but you also need the performer.
With new music, it's actually a little bit more straightforward because, the composer's there and can tell the performer the way he wants it. And it's also kind of a new music tradition to be very specific about the notation.
Okay? Yes. And this is 36. I have to say, I've never seen this marking.
Didn't sound.
It's new music for you.
Yeah. The terrifying part was really terrifying, and it sounded good.
That's good.
Terrified the hell out of me. Writing really challenging music is satisfying because every year somebody does something that was previously considered impossible.
Don Davis's piece reflects that he is a big fan of modernist composers.
Technically, there are parts that probably are not editable, so they have to come as one take, and all sorts of things can happen.
I need 15 seconds, okay? This is really hard. This isn't good. I gotta do this again.
Gloria, can you play 194 any softer?
No.
All right.
No, I can't. I'll play it as soft as I can. That was my best one.
We were all saying the same thing.
Yay!
Just needs to vent once in a while.
Don Davis's piece is very difficult because the fact that he's not a pianist led him to places that a pianist might not have thought of.
The question of whether pianists write in a different way than non-pianists is a fascinating question, really.
There might be something, an oddness to the way I write for piano because I'm not a pianist and I don't have the virtuosity and the mechanism.
No, I'm a pianist, but I don't like playing my music because it's too hard.
I'm not sure I got every one of the repeated notes. And those are really tough. Maybe amongst them, as you say, we can get one, but I'll try.
Okay, this is 17.
Broughton's piece is very technically challenging, and yet it lays underneath 10 fingers in a way that feels like a pianist wrote it.
I have played them, but I can't get through them without stopping. As I'm writing, I'm always thinking about what it is I'm looking at. Could I have done that a better way? This is maybe presumptuous, Gloria, but how are you fingering it? Are you putting your thumb on the D sharp, or are you putting your second finger on the D sharp?
Oh, let's see. Hey, that was very good fingering.
Okay.
That's a great solution. Never thought of that.
Okay. If a director wants you to turn left and you want to turn right, you're advised to turn left. Writing a piece like this, I am the director. The piece is the film. And all the choices that are made in the music are made entirely by me based upon what I want to hear and what I want to do.
Let's keep that ending.
She plays some of the pieces very differently than the way I imagined they would be done. When I first heard her play it, I thought, wow, that sounds great.
Well, she has a phenomenal technique, but even more impressive than that is the tone she gets out of the piano.
She'll understand where the music is.
So what she's found in the pieces are the kinds of things that you hope as a composer that a performer will find and play and bring out. It's great. Every once in a while, it sounds like you're doing stride piano. It sounds very funky, very cool. That kind of collaboration is the kind of collaboration that every performer has with every composer, dead or alive. If I should drop off the planet and other people were to play this piece, that would still be a sort of collaboration, one in which I'm very grateful.
You know, if it's da da da, if it's quarter to da 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 da, you might be da 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 da, or da 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 da, but in tune. There's such enormous snobbery. Very often classical people look down on the rest. You know, I'm too old for it to bother me that much, you know, but it made me nervous to do it. Writing in general is, I find, sort of difficult to do. I was writing songs, family, I was writing songs about my uncles. What they did was write movie music. Alfred did the Ziegfeld Follies when he was 19, 20 years old. So I wrote a song like that, and I put the, so that's a joke, I put the wedding march on the back of it. My Uncle Lionel was at 20th Century Fox for 40-some years, and he started sort of as a pianist, rehearsal pianist, and he taught Marilyn Monroe to sing. It's one of his jobs there. So I wrote a tune for him in which he's teaching Marilyn Monroe to sing. And he's going da-da-da-da-da-da, and she sings it.
Yeah, maybe do it a little more salaciously.
Randy, why don't you come out here and demonstrate it for me? Because it'd be great to hear you do it.
Who wrote this shit? Anyway, there's a select group of pianists that do something to a piano that enables them to have careers as concert pianists. There's a beauty sometimes to the playing that I can't muster on my own. So it's a bit of a thrill hearing someone playing my music who plays that well. This way, does it do a damage to a conception you liked?
No, I mean, I can hear it all kinds of ways. Like Mozart.
Like who did you say? Let me get to hear this again. Like Mozart. Yeah, there's a lot like Mozart. Not, when he was 3 or 4. Snobbery about music, not keeping an open mind, saying this is rock and roll, this isn't rock and roll. It's such a ridiculous thing. If you're not going to keep an open mind about something like as harmless and as music, what's the point? It would have been a little dishonest with the type of music I've written in my life to jump in there and try and be Boulez, whom I like a great deal, but you know, why get in the ring with Boulez? You know, to be on the same bill with Don Davis or John Williams or Broughton, it's an honor. That's why I did it.
It's a very different experience writing for films than it is for doing concert works. I mean, everyone will understand a composer addressing films. That there are so many givens We have texture, we have period, we have some style already dictated, we have the length of the pieces exactly specified. Whereas in doing something for a concert hall, there are no limitations. It's a complete freedom. They are very, very different exercises. In my own case, I feel that both are necessary.
John Williams tapped into his jazz background for his pieces, and he will not attest to this, but he was a very, very fine, incredibly imaginative jazz pianist. The pieces were a stretch for me. When they started coming in, I thought, a side of John Williams that nobody knows.
I have great interest in the history of American piano playing. And somehow I got this wacky idea, an idea that I've had in my mind about a slave woman called Mumbet. If she could have a conversation with some great jazz artist, Phineas Newborn Jr., what would that conversation be? I think for a composer, many composers at least, it's a difficult instrument to write for. Several of the things a piano can't do on a note is make a crescendo. It can't have a vibrato, meaning to make the note sing in a vocal sense. You know, it's two of the most expressive things in music we haven't got on the piano. So the second idea had to do with my thinking about piano sonority and how great individuals have contributed to revolutionary ideas about how the piano can sound. Gloria can make 1,000 colors. She's a great pianist. How would this perfectly nice girl from New Jersey know how to play this music? She must have wandered into some bars that her parents didn't know about. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, John, you una corda or not una corda, do you think, from the top?
Yes.
He says yes, una corda.
Okay.
I think so too, yeah. I think it's a nice color for this.
People ask me if I enjoy writing this or that, and I always wonder about the word enjoy. It's very, very hard work composing. I've always felt that it was something that was arduous in some ways. I think, like all of us, I am, in a way, rescued in life by work. I think in any job we do, if it's polishing stone, if the idea in one's mind is to do that as we're doing it perfectly and it's finished and it's really a good job, even if it's just stone, we've gotten some nourishment that we need as human beings.
I have to say, I do like the,
I do too.
where'd that diminuendo go?
I do too.
Okay, good.
I do too.
I get co-composing credit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
More places than one. Gloria, in a way, has led us listen to a very private place in the lives of these people. Unmask themselves, undress themselves, if you like, and completely be free, be open, be true. You're asking these composers, what do you play when it's late at night and you're alone with your piano? Some play Bach, some improvise, some do this, some do that. What do you play? This has been a wonderful journey for me. It's an exciting project for film composers that a great artist would do this. So I think Gloria, in a way, has broken the mold by inviting film composers to be exactly not that, to be just simply composers and do what you can on your own. And so that makes the project special, unique as far as I know, and it makes me, and I'm sure the other gentlemen on this collection, especially grateful to her.